It's been a minute since I've uploaded a art related video. I've done a few vlogs, the past couple videos, which have been a lot of fun. But we're back doing this fun. I did this piece for class actually, and my watercolor class that I'm taking at school. And I had a lot of fun making it, even though I hated myself partway through drawing all those flowers. But I really like how it came out. I actually prefer it without the watercolor paint, but I think it looks nice in the end. But if I had it my way, I probably would have just left it as is. But, you know, it's a school assignment. But I still think it's a really nice piece. I've been busy. School started. I'm in my last fall semester, which is crazy to think about. So I'll be graduating next spring, next year. And trying not to panic about that. So I don't really want to think about it too much, because just the very thought of being an art student and graduating is incredibly anxiety inducing. But I'm sure that's the way it is for a lot of people. But I'm having a good time. I actually got to go to my campus for the first time yesterday. So that was super cool. It was, I've been to the campus before, just usually as a visitor, not as a student. So it was really cool to get to go there and actually meet my art teachers. I went for my illustration class, so that was a lot of fun to actually meet some of the students and meet my teacher and show her some of my work. So that's very fun. Can't wait to do it more. I like to visit the campus that I'm actually paying for. But otherwise, I've been trying to take it easy. Like I said, I've been doing, I think I said in a video or two ago that I've been trying to do a lot of digital art. So this is actually the first traditional piece that I've worked on in, months. I gave myself the task, I suppose, to only do digital pieces in Procreate specifically over the summer, because I really wanted to just throw myself in and get better at the medium, and I think it really paid off. There's still a lot that I have to learn. I'm not comfortable doing anything on camera yet, but I've come a long way, I think, and I think that's an important thing for people, especially artists, to recognize in themselves. You know, artists have a reputation of being self-deprecating, which I definitely fall into that trap a lot of the time, but I think it's good to also be honest with yourself and judge your work and your abilities as unbiased as you can. And that's very hard because, you know, you don't see what other people see in your work. Like, for instance, I don't particularly care for how this piece came out in the painting. I think it's fine. It's not bad. It's just because it was an assignment, I had to work with certain colors, and I would have done something different if it wasn't a school assignment. But it doesn't mean it's a bad piece. And I think, it's just one of those things that you have to train yourself to change when you do creative things. You know, you can't always just sit there and be like, oh, well, it's not very good, or it's trash, everything I make is trash, because that's not true, and no one wants to hear you shit talk yourself. But, so yeah, with digital art, it was really hard, because I only ever did traditional art my entire life, and, I was too poor growing up to afford a tablet and the programs and a nice computer that can run those programs. Like, it was just too much. I couldn't do it, so I did a lot of traditional stuff, which, I'm grateful for, because I really think the traditional stuff is helpful, and, you learn the basics and you get grounded in it. But, oh man, it sure would have been nice to have a tablet or something growing up, just so I can feel like I'm not falling behind, which is definitely something I feel sometimes when I do digital art, where I'm like, God, there's so many people my age or people younger than me that are so much better at this thing than I am. But, that's just because they've been doing it longer, and I'm trying to catch up, and that's cool, and I'm not going to let myself feel bad about it, even though sometimes I do, but that's life. Sometimes you just kind of have to take the L. But I've definitely gotten better. I'm more comfortable posting the things that I've been drawing in Procreate. Procreate's such a great program, by the way. I haven't mastered Photoshop really. It's a very intimidating program, and it's very tough to learn if you're not familiar with it. But I'm definitely getting there, and I'm really proud of myself to be able to say that. And I like the things that I've been making, and I just keep pushing myself to do better and not to judge myself too harshly, especially when it comes to digital art. But enough about that. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like pretend like I know anything about like art and all that kind of stuff. Just my own personal experiences. I'm certainly not an authority on this kind of stuff, but it's just kind of how I feel sometimes. Sometimes I think about that kind of stuff, and I like to think I'm smart when I talk about it. Otherwise, I have been fully immersing myself in Ice Shield 21, if anyone even remembers what that series is. It's a great football manga, or manga, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I've always pronounced it manga, because I don't know, that just felt right. It's so good, and I actually read it like 4 years ago, and I fell in love with it. And I recently finished a reread, and I just fell so much in love with it all over again. It's one of those things where like I hate football because I'm just not a big sports person. But like there were certain, like, I call them fights because it's very shonen jump style. But there are certain like games and fights or whatever in the manga that like for a second I can like I'm usually like, God, is this what football fans feel like? That the stakes are so high. I want my team to win. And it's so good. If you haven't read it, please read it. Don't watch the anime. It's garbage. And they didn't even finish it. And it had the budget of like corn chips and lint pulled out of someone's pocket after 50 years. It is garbage. It is a bad adaptation. But the manga is phenomenal, and I highly recommend it. Ice Shield 21. If you hate football, don't worry, you don't have to like it to enjoy this series. It's just so good. It's so masterful and beautiful, and the art is done by the same artist who was the artist for One Punch Man. So the art is phenomenal. It is absolutely masterful and just amazing to look at. And the story is just incredible. So I highly recommend it. That's where my brain is right now. Football. Anime football boys. Otherwise, let me think. Any updates? So yeah, I'm back in school. Fun. And I actually just got my booster shot for COVID. So that's cool. I got it because I qualify for the people that are supposed to be allowed to get it. So I went and got it, and it wasn't too bad. I had my arm hurt really bad afterwards, but I was fine. I didn't really get any side effects. I think I had a little bit of fatigue and slightly achy bones, like body aches you get when you get sick. I just had the aches, and it wasn't even that bad. Like I was still able to go to work and do my thing, so it wasn't too bad. So the side effects were fine. I otherwise feel great, and I haven't had any other side effects from my COVID shot, if anyone was wondering. So please get vaccinated. For the love of God, I want to go out and live again. Also, my hearing aids, because I mentioned in a vlog or two ago that I got my hearing aids. Those are going great too. Everything is so loud, and I need people to shut up. I can't believe how loud everything is though. It's crazy. When I first got them, I turned on my TV and I immediately turned the volume down because I was just horrified because I was like, oh my God, have my family, have they been just having to deal with me blasting my television because I couldn't hear it before? That's so embarrassing. Oh, it's the worst. My hearing aids are great. I'm so happy with them, and it's so nice to not feel like a burden because I can't hear. I mean, it's still a struggle. I still have even with hearing aids, you still encounter problems and stuff because it's not perfect, but it's such a step up. I just feel so much more secure in myself with them, and it makes me so happy. I only have one friend that's complained about me having hearing aids because, I can hear myself speak now, so I don't speak as loudly as I did before, and he wishes that I would go back to speaking loudly because he claims that he can't hear me speak anymore, so I don't know. I'm happy to know that I'm not shouting at people anymore, but oh my God, RIP to him, right? Anyway, I think that's about all I have to say in terms of conversations and updates. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and I hope you like this piece that I made. You know, I think it's a really successful piece. I put way more effort into it than I think I really needed to. And I got an A on it, which is really the only thing that matters. But yeah, I hope you guys, whoever's watching this, I hope you have a lovely day, night, and be safe and stay cool. All right, bye-bye.